this video, we will be performing a fuel filter replacement in this 2001 Ford F150. For this repair, we will need a new fuel filter. We will also need, according to the manufacturer, a Ford fuel and AC line spring coupling tool. However, I have found that a universal set of fuel line disconnect tools such as these also work. In this particular vehicle, the fuel filter is located on the driver's side. If you locate the gas cap and follow that down underneath the vehicle towards the front, the fuel filter is located approximately halfway between the gas cap and the engine underneath the vehicle. The fuel filter looks like a metal cylindrical canister mounted up underneath your vehicle. On each side of the canister, it looks like there is small metal tubes coming out. First, you need to remove the fuel line clamps on both sides of the fuel filter. The purpose of these fuel line clamps are to ensure that the fuel lines stay connected to the fuel filter and don't accidentally come off. The next step is to use our fuel line disconnect tools to remove each of the fuel lines. I ended up using both of my fuel line disconnect tools to get the fuel lines off. The Ford recommended tool was too difficult to use on the front side of the fuel filter. After you have grasped the fuel filter inlet, you can clamp the tool down and slide it towards the quick connect on the fuel line and wiggle the fuel line free. To remove the fuel filter from the housing, you can gently pull back on the metal housing and slip the fuel filter out. Keep in mind, we are working on the fuel line, so there will be gasoline that will come out. You may want to have a drip pan just below it. At this point, we have the old fuel filter out and we have our new fuel filter. The most important piece of information on these filters is the direction of flow, because if you put the filter on backwards, it's not going to work properly. On the old filter, we have an indication of the flow, and on our new filter, we also have a flow indicator arrow. To install the new fuel filter, we're going to open up the hold down clamp and slip the new fuel filter in place. Double check to make sure the flow arrow is in the right direction towards the front of the vehicle. After that, we need to reconnect our fuel lines, and the key to doing this is when you push the lines onto the ports, you need to hear the click to ensure that they are engaged. You will also want to pull slightly on the fuel lines to double check that they are engaged and locked onto the fuel port. Once the fuel lines have been connected, you can reinstall the fuel line clamps. The fuel line port on the front side of the fuel filter towards the front of the car is a little more difficult to work on than the one towards the back of the car. The last step is to turn the vehicle over and get the fuel flowing until it starts.